Hi guys, it's Chele with Tangi Library Baby and me, and we are back at Hammond Branch, and this week is super fun and special. It is Halloween. And so Friday, I hope that you will come in. Saturday is actually Halloween. That's the day you're gonna go trick-or-treating and do all the fun things. But Friday, everybody here at the Hammond Branch is gonna dress up. And I hope you will come in and check out some fun fall books, some Halloween books. Wear your costume if you want. Everybody loves to do that 2 days in a row. And come and say hi to us in our costumes and pick up a fun little treat bag with a little craft and maybe a snack or something fun, okay? All right, so let's get started with our hello song. And we always start with what? Our nose, right? Because we always gotta start somewhere, and that's our nose. But because it is Halloween and our story time is about monsters, we're going to do some monster-y type things. So see, Chele is wearing her monster shirt. And for this one, I want you to put up your monster claws. So you're gonna put up your claws, and you can roar and sing it with me in maybe a growlier voice if you want. And then after we put up our claws, I want you to point your horns or poke out your horns. Or you could do a unicorn horn, however you want, because Chele has a special little headband with horns on it. I don't normally have horns. We're just pretending, just like last week Chele was a princess. This week Chele is a weird looking monster. Okay, so this is the fun we get to have. All right, and then the last thing we do after we poke out or point up our horns is what? What's the last one? We boop our belly. So you got to find your belly button and just give it a little boop, just like that. All right. Well, hello everybody, can you touch your nose? Touch your nose, touch your nose. Well, hello everybody, can you touch your nose? Touch your nose. Can you make it like a pig? Well, hello everybody, can you put up your claws? Put up your claws. Put up your claws. Well, hello everybody, can you put up your claws? Put up your claws. That's as low as Chele gets. I can't even fake a scary voice. Okay, now we're gonna do our horns, and you can do them however you want, remember? Well, hello everybody, can you put up your horns? Put up your horn, poke out your horns. Well, hello everybody, can you put up your horns? Put up your horns. Very good. What's the last one? Find your belly button. Well, hello everybody, can you boop your belly? Boop your belly. Boop your belly. Well, hello everybody, can you boop your belly? Boop your belly. Good job. Very good. So because it is Halloween and our theme is monsters, this week at every Tangi Library branch, there is a grab and go craft kit where you can make your own monster. And every kit has everything you need to make at least 2, but if you just want to be kind of crazy and weird and cut some paper shapes yourself, you can probably make more. There's eyes, there's horns, there's wings, there's mouths, there's legs, there's monster bodies, all different kinds. And if you look around me, these are some of the monsters that the staff here at the Hammond Branch got to make for me, because I said, I need monsters to show these guys what some monster ideas are. But you don't have to make your monster look like any of these. If you want your monster to have his mouth on his forehead and his eye on his chin, that's up to you. You can do it however you want. Maybe instead of his arms coming out to the side, one comes out the top of his head. That would be weird, but monsters can look how monsters look. It's all how you decide. So I hope that you will come and pick up your monster kits, and I hope that you'll share pictures on Facebook so that we can see them. If you don't want to be in the picture, that's okay. We sometimes all have bedhead or whatever crazy thing is going on, or our shirts are stained, or our pajamas are weird. But take a picture of just your monster and share it with us so that we know that you're doing the craft and you're having a good time, because we miss you. We miss doing crafts with you. Okay, so our color this week is the same as last week. Remember when we did pretending, and we read the book about the octopus. And then another thing that is this color is the grapes, or a flower, or mittens. Our book today is this color. Chele's horns are this color. Can you remember? It's purple. Okay, and if you want to do the sign language for purple, you're going to take your pointer finger and your tall finger and spread them apart and just tuck your thumb right there and you turn it towards you and you just go purple. Just flip it out just like that. Okay, now the one thing you want to make sure that you do is keep that top finger flat, because if it starts to go up like this, that becomes a K, and that's a whole different word. So we want to keep it flat so it's a P, purple. Okay? And then do you remember our shape? Do you remember our shape? I kind of went with this one because some of the wings have a little of our monsters have a little bit of this shape in it. Some of the horns kind of sort of, if you squint and look just right, look like this. But this is a triangle. And remember we talked about that not all triangles look just like this, where it's all equal with the point right up on top. A triangle can actually also look like this, where it's long on one side and then longer on another and then short over here. And it could stand like this. It could even stand on its tip. Still a triangle. The only rules are it has to have 3 sides and 3 corners. Okay? It can look however it needs to as long as it has 3 straight sides and 3 corners. Can't have more, can't have less. Always has to be 3. Okay? So that is our shape. Now, our other sign language word for the week. We did a little bit of it when we did our hello song, but since we're doing monsters, we're going to learn the word for monster. Now you take your claws and you just put them down, and then you're going to put them up and you're going to say monster. And it wants you to make a little bit of a scary face, because when you use sign language, facial expressions are really good. You know, if you say thank you, but you're like, thank you, doesn't really mean as much. You have to have that smile that really does say thank you. If you're saying please, you want to look like you're saying please. You don't want to look like you're like grumpy about it, because then it's the same as saying please in a yucky voice. So when you say monsters, you start with your claws down and you say monster, and you make a monster face. That's fun. Okay, so today our book is Even Monsters Say Goodnight by Doreen Mulryan Martz. And I like this book because it talks a little bit about why we don't really need to be scared of monsters. I know everybody's yards are decorated and houses are decorated, and when we go trick-or-treating, sometimes people have some pretty spooky costumes. And that's all pretend, just like Chelle's not really a monster because she has horns on and a big eyeball on her shirt. And last week she wasn't really a princess. That's all pretend. But even if there were real monsters, they're not anything to be afraid of when we go to sleep at night, because even monsters say goodnight. So let's see what Avery's mom has to say about this. Bedtime, Avery. Avery never liked bedtime, and she liked it even less on Halloween when all of the monsters were out. Avery's mom tucked her into bed, but Avery was not happy about it. She knew that there were monsters under her bed, and probably in her closet too. Avery, monsters have bedtimes too. Moms are so reasonable, they know stuff. Her mom explained that monsters sleep in their own beds, in their own homes, and then she turned off the light and shut the door. Avery thought about this, but she wasn't so sure. She had a few more questions for her mom. Do you see how she's peeking over the couch? Just like, peek, peek. Do you do that sometimes? Get out of bed when you're not maybe supposed to go and talk to mom a little bit more? So Avery asks her mom, Mom, do werewolves have bedtimes? And Mom says, of course. They sleep in their dens with their brothers and sisters. Can you see the werewolves? 2 of them are asleep and one's kind of being a little ornery and making the oldest brother a little grumpy. That's fun, right? Sometimes if you had to share a room with a brother or sister, they might get grumpy at you if you were making noises. Okay, what about ghosts, says Avery. Ghosts live in haunted houses. See, the ghost up in his bed in his special haunted house. How about witches? Do witches have bedtimes? Asked Avery. Yes, they must go to bed the moment their potions are brewed for breakfast the next morning. See, she's got her potion breakfast already, and she's sound asleep in her little witchy bed. And mummies? They sure do. They sleep in coffin beds inside pyramids. And I'll show you a picture of a pyramid at the end of the book, but it's kind of neat because it's a building made all out of triangles that kind of lean against each other. Okay, but what about skeletons? They sleep inside empty closets. That doesn't seem very comfy, especially with the spider. I don't think I would want to sleep in an empty closet with the spider. Okay, one last question. Do vampires have bedtimes? Of course. They just sleep during the day instead of at night because vampires don't like the sun. Now it's time to go to bed, Avery, and there's nothing to be afraid of. All of the werewolves and witches and ghosts and skeletons and mummies and vampires are fast asleep too. Good night, my sweet girl. Mommy gives her kisses and sends her back to bed. So Avery went to bed, but she still couldn't sleep. She thought of all the werewolves and witches and ghosts and skeletons and mummies and vampires. But Avery wasn't scared anymore. So she went to her window and she called out, "Good night, monsters." And from each of their homes, she heard them say good night too. See, here's the vampire in his castle, "Good night." And the witch in her witchy house, "Good night." And the ghost in his haunted house, "Good night." And here, see the triangles? That's the pyramid where the mummy lives. "Good night, Avery. Sleep tight." And in Avery's room, even the kitty cat says, "Good night, meow." And Avery is sound asleep in her bed with her puppy, safe and sound. We have some other monster books at the library that I hope you will come and check out. My favorite one is not here at the Hammond Branch, so I can't show you, but it's called Horns and Toes and In Between by Sandra Boynton. And I love it because it talks all about the same kinds of body parts we do in our opening song. It says, oh, we've each got these horns right on top of our head, and we've each got 2 ears so we can hear what you said. So I want you guys to try and check that one out because you will learn all your body parts in a fun, monstery way. Another good book we have is Monsters Love Colors. It's written and illustrated by Mike Austin. And I love this one because it's a fun way for you guys to learn your colors. So that when you come back and we're live and in person and doing story time again, when Chele holds this one up and says, what color is this? You can all say yellow. Or if it's the red one, you can say red, and you'll know them all. And that would be so great, right? So Monsters Love Colors. And then we have a new book called A Travel Guide for Monsters, and it is all about monsters who go on vacation. Can you imagine if you went on vacation and you went to the Statue of Liberty and there was a monster up on top? Or if you went to the beach or a baseball game and there were monsters there? That would make it a pretty big, interesting adventure story. So this one's really good. Travel Guide for Monsters by Lori Degman. And then the very last book I want to tell you about is a special, special kind of book. We just got a bunch of these in. They are at every branch, and it's called a Wonder Book. And I picked up the Little Shop of Monsters just because that went with my theme. But what I want to show you about it is a Wonder Book will read the story to you. So you can open it up, and I'm going to hold it close to my microphone so hopefully you can hear. You push the power button. Give it 1 sec.
Welcome to Wonderbook. You are in read-along mode. To get started, press the orange play button now.
Okay, and when it says it's in read-along mode, there's a little switch here that you can go from read-along or you can put it in learning mode. But we're going to keep it in read-along because that's what's best for your age. And we're going to hit the orange play button.
It's time to read along. Open this Wonderbook to the title page. Then, each time you hear, turn the page. Ready? Let's begin.
Hachette Audio presents The Little Shop of Monsters. Written by R.L. Stein. Illustrated by Mark Brown. Read by Jack Black.
Psst. Hey you. Are you afraid of monsters? Do they make you shiver and shake and shut your eyes really tight at night?
And then listen. Tells you to turn the page. So we do.
If you think you're brave enough, then come with me. Come on. Let's go to...
Turn the page. See? So that is how Wonder Books work, and they will read the whole story to you. Super, super fun, brand new technology for Tangi Library. We're really excited to bring it to you. If this one seems a little spooky and scary for you, that's okay. We have a bunch of different levels of books and types of books. We have Thank You Omu, which was our Read Aloud Challenge last year. And every branch has some, and if there's another kind that you want to try, you can always request it and they will bring it to you. So I hope that you will come in and visit us, wear your costumes on Friday. We'll wear ours. We'll all get to say Happy Halloween while you check out some books, maybe some Wonder Books. Don't forget to pick up your monster craft. Make your own monster at any branch in the Tangipahoa Library System. And let's say our goodbye song. Okay, so get your turtle out. And we're going to cover him with his shell. My mommy had a turtle. She named him Tiny Tim. She put him in the bathtub to see if he could swim. He drank up all the water. And water is our 3 fingers to make a W. Touch your chin. He ate up all the soap. And now he's home, sick in bed with a bubble in his throat. Then you make your bubbles small first. Bubble, 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 pop. Very good. I love you. I miss you. Come back next week. We are going to do dinosaurs as we start Di-November, and you'll get to make your very own dinosaur as part of our craft. I love you. I miss you. I can't wait to see you. Don't forget to come Friday and dress up and be fun with us. Mwah! Bye.